Hey, this is Steven from Legit PC, and this is a review of Leviathan Warships. This particular game is kind of like a cool indie game by Paradox and Pieces Interactive. Pieces Interactive is a developer, Paradox is a publisher. And I think it's a great little lightweight game. Sorry that the review was a little delayed. I was on vacation. But the cool thing about this game is that it is very portable, so even when I was on the plane going to vacation, I was playing this particular game. And it's kind of hard to do any other game like that, where you could play it on the plane, you know, just with the mouse pad or whatever. Because it's a turn-based game, and you'll see here that it's a naval turn-based strategy game where you build your fleet and things like that. So, also you'll notice that this game does not have... the developer didn't spend any money on voice actors, so everything is all audio and basically just reading text. There's no voice acting. You'll never hear a voice in this game or anything like that. It'll show up as a text box, and that shows somebody's talking to you. So this is one of the missions that I failed in part 2 of my day 1 video, and I think that it was really actually pretty hard, because what you need to do is after every mission, chances are you're gonna need to edit your fleet to get what you think you're best at, right? Bring the best out of your fleet, and you'll have a points number, and then you could use that points number to film your armaments, and the bigger ships you get, the more armaments you can put on it. These particular ships have 4, and when you 4 armaments, and the bigger ships you get 8, and then higher and then higher and higher. And also as you go through the campaign, you unlock more and more specific guns. So a little bit about the gameplay, as you see here, it's just basically you could rotate your ship, and if you click on it you can see where all the armaments, but right now I'm using fire at will, so it just automatically fires at it. And the arrows is you can move your ships, and like I said, the little compass is you could rotate your ships, and things like that. So basically this particular mission, my objective is to protect these, they're mining like diamonds. They're mining specific a rare metal, I guess, or rare mineral. So I have to protect them from these marauders that come in with their ships. And I think that it's maybe not so necessarily deep on the story. It just kind of, you know, the gameplay, and I think the gameplay is pretty good for a strategy-based game. It's all about basically how your fleet is. If your fleet is not very good, you will struggle, and chances of you losing are pretty high. So you have to make sure that your fleet is top-notch. So I think it's really cool. I haven't played a game like this in a long time, and of course I'm a big Command & Conquer Generals fan. You know, that was one of my favorite games, and I think that it's really cool. It does get kind of boring, and one of the things I would say is that as far as the multiplayer, I couldn't really find a game, and I tried like 4 or 5 times. I couldn't really find a game. Most of the time they were just the host was just sitting in there doing nothing. But I'm pretty sure, you know, I could have done multiplayer, but I don't really need to show you multiplayer, because it's going to be very similar. Except for, of course, you're going to have, each player is going to have their own setup for their ships, and they're going to each have their own strategy, and you basically have to go around the strategy. I find that it would probably be very similar to this, because each ship is different on this enemy team, and they just keep coming at you on a wave on this particular one. So what else? Very small game. I think it's only like 500 megabytes, so you should be able to install this on even maybe a tablet. I could see you playing this on a tablet or on a little netbook or whatever. I mean, the graphic options are very minimal. So basically, before you start the game, you pick your resolution and you pick your video quality, and that's it. It's done. Of course, I have to also talk about what really got me looking into this game was their hilarious trailer for the game with a voice actor that they called Jazz Boatman, which was absolutely funny. If you guys haven't seen that, look that up. The Leviathan Warships trailer, Jazz Boatman. I think there's 2 of them, but it's absolutely hilarious. Because of the play on words and things like that. I think that the campaign is actually pretty long. There's like multiple different stories, I believe. So this is only one story, but they have multiple. And then after that, you can kind of just play with your friends. But like I said, this is also for would be a great mobile platform, and I know they're working on mobile for this. And that they're going to have apps for even the portable operating systems like Android and iOS, I believe. But you could also play this on a Windows 8 tablet, which I could really see you doing without a mouse, and probably without too much of a processor hit, because you could just turn your graphics on really low and it shouldn't damage your gameplay at all. This particular one is running at very high, it's maxed out. And I'm still running at what, like 60 frames a second, something like that. So, you know, you really don't have to worry about it too much. What else to say? So this is a big thing for, you know, fans of strategy games. And I believe it was like $15, extremely cheap. I got it from Green Man Gaming. And really quick to download, and you see there Fire Out Will, he's shooting at his own rig, so you have to make sure you watch that. So I'm going to move him out of the way. Well, what else? So yeah, it's just, I think it's just a fun game to play, and I mean, yeah, it does get kind of boring. It's probably something that you would play on the go, rather than like it's not necessarily a game that you'd play like over Call of Duty, right? I think that's also what the developers were going for. They were going for a game that was more portable, and anyways, Paradox Interactive, they mainly go for RPG games to begin with anyways, and those are usually the games that they'll back and they'll publish, which is exactly what this game is. You know, you could play this game without any sound and you're not going to miss anything, pretty much, because it's all text or sound effects. So, you know, you don't have your headphones on your phone, and you won't be scared of missing anything. Just turn the volume off. So I'll let you guys enjoy this last portion here of the video of this particular run, and then I'll just kind of show you guys the next part. The next portion is going to be me editing a fleet and showing you a little bit of what you can do with the fleet. Of course, this isn't all, the next portion is not all the way through the game, so you can understand that I don't have all the weapons unlocked yet, but I do have some that you can kind of manipulate and see how you can build your own ship and your own fleet to manipulate what exactly your best part of your fleet would be and what you want to emphasize. And usually what will happen is you'll try different things, and then sometimes it won't work out. You lose the mission, or you give up the mission, you surrender, and then you go back and you edit your fleet, make it even stronger, go back and win. Of course, here I gotta kill this Overlord, and after I kill this Overlord, and that little circle that my two boats are in, that's a repair station, so they're getting repaired at the same time. And this is really early in the game. This is like level 2, so that's why I got really weak ships and really weak guns. But yeah, so enjoy this last portion. Alright, so here's me editing the fleet. So here, this was I think right after the previous one. So what I'm gonna do is I want a bully cruiser, I believe it's called. So I'm basically gonna build that up, and at the top you see I got a points limit. So basically what I do is I get rid of some of the other ships to make some room for putting some armament on this particular cruiser. But you can see, yeah, I just pointed out the limit there. So here I'm deciding what I'm gonna do, and I believe I just basically get rid of these. And I'm just showing you kind of the armament that are in each one. Now that I deleted one, I have almost like maybe 1,000 points that I could dedicate to this particular bully cruiser. And put, these are really the primitive guns, but it's basically the same thing. You have certain portions that you could put different guns on, and the little green ones are where you can put the small ones, but you could also put the small ones on yellow, but it's kind of a waste of space. Because later on you get guns like the Pegasus where they use up a lot of space. They'll use up like the whole block. So you gotta really pick where you're gonna put your stuff at. And next one, I have a decent sized battle, the biggest battle that I recorded. And that's with 3 bully cruisers. And I basically, this particular objective, I have to get this little research vessel, one on the left there, into this harbor, and then protect the harbor. Protect the harbor, not necessarily protect the harbor, but protect the little ship. And these have Pegasus so on the back, so that's why I'm going forward and letting them shoot backwards, because all my big guns are on the back. So all the big, I have twin Pegasuses on the back, as well as probably some Barbosas on the back. So that's why they're doing a lot of damage. And of course, on this particular mission, the Marauders just come out of nowhere and assault your ships. So I mean, if you kept going on this game past where I have gone, you'll get some really big ships. And you can see here also it's got collisions, so try to make sure that your ships don't hit. If they do, make sure they don't hit for too long. And somehow that one hit the wall or went up on that shore there or something. And here, you know, they're coming out of the woodwork now. And now that I am on the front side of my ship, I only have 1 Pegasus up there instead of 2. But I also have these automated cannons that are helping me out, but they also could miss the ships and hit me. So I gotta make sure there's all friendly fire. So even if they're like something on the shore shooting, you can get hit by them and it can kill you. As you can see there, I get hit a little bit again with one of the shore guns. So you have to be very careful where you put your ships and how close you are to the enemy. Because another thing is that if they get too close and you have like a Pegasus on the back and that's it, you can't hit them. So you have to watch that you group your ships a certain distance apart in order for one to cover the other if one gets in trouble. Like one of these ones has a beam cannon on it, so if it gets too close to the group of ships, it will use the laser. And then basically what I do is I go over here and I position my ships facing backwards where the 2 large Pegasus cannons are at, so they can shoot down the bay. You see here my objective getting updated. And and I find out that these two ships could go and power up those little stations you see there at the bottom right hand corner, and power up the laser cannons, which I think it's the one after this. You unlock a laser cannon, which is basically right from the back of your boat in a straight line, which I used and I didn't find that I liked too much, but that's okay, because then I just adjusted it back to Pegasus. I enjoyed the Pegasus, and they work good. So here you can see that he's close and I can't fire on him, but this one has a laser on it, so there you see that the laser activates just by backing it, just by going forward. I get that distance to where I can use the laser, but then I go too far forward to try to get the Pegasus back into range, so the Pegasus will fire. And there I'm adjusting that one to cover that side. And here you see that they're all grouping up. And so after this particular portion, the next portion is very, very straightforward. It's just showing you a little bit of what it would look like if you were going to go into matchmaking and try to find a game or whatever. See there that one ship covers the other. I mean, it's a really, really great strategy game for what it is. And do I necessarily know if the matchmaking is super strong? No, not really. But you know, it is what it is. So this is what matchmaking would look like. You have certain size fleets, and the host of the game could determine the fleets. And you can see here that I'm just sitting in a game and the host is not there, so, which a lot of them are, but probably if you host your own game and you wait, you'll probably find something. Alright, so in conclusion, it's a great game, you know, definitely some great fun to play. It is going to be awesome, super awesome on mobile platforms like a Windows 8 tablet or even on Android and iOS. Really cheap for PC, $15. You know, if you're just bored or your friend has it or whatever, then you could play it. To play by yourself, it is kind of boring, especially when, you know, like me, I have a whole bunch of other games that I could play. You know, this one isn't the super top pick, but it's going to be awesome for mobile. I used it, I played it on the plane to vacation, and I played it a little bit on vacation on my laptop, and it worked perfectly fine. So that would work on a laptop, a netbook, and even a Windows 8 tablet or the mobile tablets, because it's not very intensive, super CPU intensive or graphic intensive, and you could bring those graphics all the way down, and the file size is only about 500 megs. So very, very portable game. Very quick to download on a tablet or a laptop or whatever using Wi-Fi at some other network or whatnot. And, you know, just have it attached to Steam, go in offline mode on Steam. The only thing I didn't like is that they didn't connect your account doesn't use like a DRM thing. So I had to start from a certain mission, like when I had to start over from when I played at home, from when I played at home and captured, from when I played on my laptop. So that was kind of disappointing. But otherwise, really cheap game. I would definitely buy it. If you're looking for a mobile game, this is the one to pick. If you're, you know, a strategy lover, I would get this one. Do not need a mouse. Do not need a super powerful PC. Don't even need a keyboard. And don't even need headphones, right? Just turn the volume off and just play. You're not going to miss anything. Just read, you know, and you're done. Alright, so this has been Steven from Legit PC. And thank you for watching my review of Leviathan Warships. And if you like this video, please subscribe for other videos like it. And thanks for watching.